Vikings signing beloved Gopher Tanner Morgan to the practice squad. He's coming home, coming home. Take it.
Yeah, Tanner Morgan is back. I don't know the
Supposed to sing.
song you were singing. It cut it halfway through. I don't know what the hell was going on there. Yeah, Minnesota Vikings bringing back one of their own, Minnesota boy, back to the practice squad. Before we get in that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like, and comment. We're closing in on 10,000, but it's been a slow climb up that mountain.
Oh, it's been fast. We're getting there in a jiffy. Tanner Morgan, he's coming here. We all know Tanner Morgan played with the Gophers for like 19,000 years.
Yeah.
Still only 24 years old. I was under the assumption he was 26.
Yep.
So let's peel back this onion and see what's up, because there's a few things going on. Mullins was on the injury report. Does it have something to do with that? Why are we bringing him in? But where do you want to start?
Yeah, I mean, let's just talk with Tanner Morgan as a player. You mentioned it. Seemed like he was with the Gophers forever. I believe it was 5 years, and you can't argue with the production he did have as the Gophers quarterback.
Well, you're going to get production when you're starting for 5 years, and he did do that. He was fun to watch. I mean, his big thing, he went undrafted. The Steelers signed him. Steelers cut him. Did not bring him back to the practice squad. But Tanner Morgan as a whole is just, I mean, he's got a good arm, decent accuracy, makes plays out of the pocket. I think he might make some boneheaded plays.
Yeah, he kind of just is what he is. I don't think there's a lot of upside here. I don't think he's ever going to develop to anything more than, I don't know if he's anything beyond a practice squatter. So my question to you, I know you mentioned the Nick Mullins thing here. I don't know how much that factors into this. Is this just kind of a fan service move by the Vikings to hey, we signed this Gopher that you've had for 5 years? Everybody knows.
Nah, they could have signed him after the draft. They could have done that already. I think they just need another arm, whether this is for a week, whether Mullins is hurt for a couple of weeks so he can hang out on and just for practice purposes. But I don't think this is just the fact that he's a Gopher. I mean, he can play. Like you said, his upside, there's not much upside. And when you read all of his draft profiles, that's his big knock, is like he's already as good as he's probably going to get. So he's not going to come here to develop into a future backup. He's not a camp arm. He's a roster arm.
He's a practice arm. You ever have a practice arm you practice on?
What?
You have a practice arm that you practice on?
That's none of your damn business. And hey, let's remind us, this is not the first time we've brought in Vikings quarterbacks. Marquise Gray, Mitch Leidner, Billy Cockerham, and now add Tanner freaking Morgan to that list.
I forgot what Billy Cockerham.
I think about Billy Cockerham at least 10 times a day.
Yeah, and it goes back to show this new regime's not afraid to bring in Gophers players. Rick Spielman kind of just steered clear from him. And maybe, Quasi, we thought maybe he would after the Stacey Atomeo experiment did not pan out, but goes back to the Gopher bringing back, a big name Gopher from the past.
Yeah, we saw him hot and heavy. The big thing, though, with this is I'm surprised the Steelers didn't bring him back to their practice squad. They didn't bring any quarterbacks to their practice squad. I mean, it's not like he had a fantastic preseason, but that's I guess, is always a little concerning on drafted free agent that doesn't get re-signed to his team. He was drafted by the USFL.
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's chasing his dream, so respect the Tanner.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe he'll end up back there at some point, but right now he is an NFL quarterback. He's a member of the Minnesota Vikings. Let us know in the comments. Are you excited about Tanner Morgan? Are you ecstatic? You can order a jersey? Would you go that far?
If you're a Gopher fan, you got to be a little excited just to see him in purple, even if it's for a short stint.
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you be? All right, again, let us know what you think of Tanner Morgan. Remember this, there was an Egyptian city was discovered underwater in 2013 after being lost for 1,200 years in the Mediterranean Sea.